Hey guys, it's Brandon, and I'm just here today to just really speak on what I feel like the Lord's saying specifically about His conquering. And I felt the Lord speak this to me just the other day, and what the Lord told me is He said, I have already conquered today. And what does that mean, that the Lord has already conquered today? Well, we have two options. One, to live in Jesus and let His conquering conquer all things that we face. Or we can let the day, circumstances, worry, doubt, self, pride, distractions, people, life situations, life's distractions, busyness conquer us, not the Lord Himself. So we have these two options. The Lord has already conquered every day in existence by His blood. He's already conquered the world. We know the end of the story. Jesus has already conquered it all, but we let things that go on in our lives conquer us day after day instead of letting the Lord's conquering already that has happened conquer us as well. In a good sense of His conquering means the Lord has already conquered us. We've already conquered that thing that's coming against us in any way, shape, or form. We've already conquered it. So I looked up the word conquered on Google, and the definition is to be overcome and taken control of. So what this means is that we are overcome in the Lord's conquering when we allow Him to conquer us, to conquer our hearts, to conquer our lives, to conquer our everything. We allow Him to overcome us and overcome every situation is already overcome by the Lord's conquering. And then this second part, and taking control of, this means that I release all control to the Lord. I release all control to Jesus Christ, that He is in control and I'm not. And when I try to be in control of a situation, that situation will conquer me every time. When I try to take sin into my own hands and think I can conquer it on my own, that sin will conquer me every time. Only Jesus can conquer everything in our lives. Everything that ever happens, only Jesus Himself can conquer it. And we can conquer it too when we live in the Lord's conquering. The Lord spoke this to me: a conquered heart by Jesus triumphs in all things. And there's just some scriptures I want to read about the Lord's conquering. And this is only a few of the word conquering that the Lord does within us. Psalms 31:8 says, "You have kept me from being conquered by my enemy. You broke open the way to bring me to freedom into a beautiful and broad place." Hebrews chapter 4 verse 15 says, "He understands humanity, for as a man, our magnificent king priest was tempted in every way just as we are, and conquered sin." This means that every time we are faced with temptation, every time a sin tries to come knocking at our door, we try and there's an opening that tries to come in our lives, you remember that Jesus has already conquered this sin, and He's been tempted in every way possible when He was on the earth. So He's already conquered it, so we can live in the Lord's conquering and conquer every sin every time it comes our way. This is so good. Every time sin comes my way, every time temptation comes my way, I just have to set my focus back on the one who's already conquered every sin there ever was and ever will be. Jesus has looked at every single one of them in the face and conquered them all. So if I live in the Lord's conquering, I will not stumble into this sin. But if I do, His grace and mercy is still sufficient to bring me through. But I have this opportunity and option to let the Lord conquer this in my life. The next one, Psalms 117 verse 2 says, "For He has conquered us with His great love, and His kindness has melted our hearts." His faithfulness lasts forever, and He will never fail you. So go ahead and let it all out and praise Yah, oh Yah. This is a good one as well. He has already conquered us with His great love. That love conquers all things, and His kindness melts our hearts. And His faithfulness lasts forever. It never ends. It's a good one. The next one, Hebrews 11, verse 33. "Through faith's power they conquered kingdoms and established true justice. Their faith fastened on to their promises and pulled them into reality. It was faith that shut the mouth of the lions." And then Revelation 3 verse 21, says, and to the one who conquers, I will give the privilege of sitting with me on my throne, just as I conquered and sat down with my Father on his throne. It means we have the right to come sit on the throne with Jesus at his right hand, just as he sits on the right hand of God. He has the same opportunity we do as we allow him to conquer us. And this last one, Romans 6 verse 14, I love this one. Remember this, sin will not conquer you, for God already has. You are not governed by the law, but governed by the reign of the grace of God. So allow the Lord to conquer you today and walk in his conquering. Don't let the world and all the things that try and come against us conquer you. In Jesus' name, let us walk in the Lord's conquering every single day and conquer all things with him. In Jesus' name. I love you guys.